Welcome, ball hockey fans. 2025 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championships underway here. Hungary in red, Switzerland in white, as we're just about ready for the ball drop here. A lot of fans in attendance. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris McConnell. Thanks for joining us, and we are underway. As Switzerland chips it in deep, intercepted by Hungary, and then Switzerland does not manage to keep it inside the Hungary zone as Hungary goes early on the forecheck. Switzerland looking to get an outlet play here. Chipped up along the boards. Picked up by rolling cross for Hungary. Sent it across the floor all the way over to Kralove. Picked it up. Intercepted by Switzerland. Going to take it back behind the net. Get things set up here. 15-minute periods here for the U16 division of the 2025 World Junior Ball Hockey Championship. And it looks like Switzerland's going to get some fresh line changes. Switzerland looking to carry it up out of the zone now. Chipped up, intercepted by Hungary. Good play there, reading it by Huner Nesmeli. Hungary trying to get a breakout going. Pass, they get it out of their zone. Taking it down the right wing is number 10. That's Bennett Horvath. Horvath back behind the net. Chips it around. Hungary giving chase. Kept in at the point. Sent in back behind the net. Horvath battling down there. Picked up by Switzerland. Sent back around. Looks like Hungary's going to get a couple of fresh legs out here as Switzerland is forced to go back towards their netminder. Working along the forecheck. Break in here by Switzerland. Early opportunity. Oh, good defensive back check there on the part of Hungary. Like that was number 16, Kaczynski Nagy. Hungary into the Swiss zone. First shot on net. Makes it all the way through. Smothered up. Down into the butterfly. We get our first whistle. 0-0 score here. 13-12 remaining in the opening period. Good look at the net there for Hungary. There was some traffic in front. Not necessarily sure that the Swiss netminder saw that one the whole way, but managed to smother it. Face-off picked up by Hungary. Intercepted by Switzerland. Good stick lift there on the part of Goshen. Number 96 batted into the Hungarian zone. All these teams have set breakout plays going, so you're going to see, oh, bad turnover there. Long shot goes wide. I'm going to say all these teams have set breakout plays, so you're going to see a lot of ball movement here along the boards. Try and beat the forechecks. These U16s have a lot of energy. Be a lot of running here throughout the weekend. Battle along the far boards, broken up by Hungary. Can't get out of the zone. Good keep there. Long shot. Waffled aside by the Hungarian netminder. That's Jonathan Laszlo in net for Hungary. Saw that one the whole way. Sent back in towards Laszlo. This one wide. Centering attempt goes all the way through here to the near boards just in front of me. Picked up at the point there by Scalioso. Scalioso rifle it around. She's going to go off for a change. That's the chance of Hop Streets breakout. For those of you who were here for the 2024 World Ball Hockey Championship that took place in Visp, Switzerland. I should say Visp and Raron. Most popular chant of the week, the hometown chant, Hop Streets. Anytime Switzerland's playing, you're certainly going to hear it. Ball rattled around behind the net. Along the near boards, taken out in front, walking in all alone, shot, save, rebound, back to the point, blocked. Chipped up out of the zone by Hungary. That was a great block there by Laszlo Fadalin for Hungary. I believe that came off the stick of Jan Carr. Hungary walking it in, trying to get a look on net. Good pad save, rebound goes in! Hungary takes an early lead, 1-0. I believe the Swiss netminder, number 63, Lucien Weber, made the initial save, and then the rebound just trickled out in front, went off of his pad. As number 13, Botan Polanyi buries it. We'll get to the goal scorer and the assist here as soon as the referees come over and announce it. Big break there for Hungary. Tough break for Switzerland. Hungary now with early momentum. 11:09 remaining here in the opening period. Sent down deep along the far boards. Switzerland 2 on the forecheck there. Trying to work it loose. Dug out. Kept in. Switzerland's got to be careful here. They got 5 down low. Still rattled around behind the Hungarian netminder. Hungary trying to dig it out. Now they gain control up along the near boards. Rattled out. Intercepted by Switzerland. Picked up by Russer. Russer nowhere to go with it. He's hemmed in his own zone. Still nowhere for Switzerland to go. Hungary's got a good forecheck going here, working a 3-2. Got Switzerland hemmed in deep. Looking to get a turnover. Switzerland chips it up. Still can't get it out of zone. There's the turnover. The Hungarian forecheck working well. Switzerland having some trouble getting the ball out of their zone. Still battle along the far boards. Hungary trying to get it on net. Shot! That went off the side of the net. Netminder didn't know where it was. It was out in front. Defenseman was able to clear it away. Good heads-up play there by the Swiss netminder. Switzerland trying to get some fresh legs here as they were hemmed in their own zone there for a good 30 seconds. Picked up by Fleuler. Fleuler loses it to Hungary. Trying to get a centering attempt there was number 8, Conrad Gal, unable to. Went off of a foot. Now picked up by Switzerland. Streaking down the right wing, coming across towards center. Shot, stick to side, up into the mesh netting. Seen the whole way by the netminder Zaslow with 9:25 remaining here in the opening period. 1-0 Hungary. Ready for the draw here to the left of Zaslow. Won by Hungary. Carried up out of the zone. Into the Swiss zone. Centering attempt. Centering, still loose. Ball still loose. Neither team able to carry possession there. Hungary still with possession now in the Switzerland zone. Centering attempt. Made it all the way through the crease there. Looked like that was number 20 for Hungary, Kadasa Borisnaki, that was trying to get a redirect, unable to, as Hungary's going to get some fresh line changes dumped in, and it looks like the Swiss netminder is content to just get a whistle here. 8:39 remaining. Battle back behind the net. Hungary doing a great job here on the forecheck. Switzerland definitely having some trouble getting their own set outlet plays going. Very aggressive forecheck on the part of Hungary. See if the Swiss coaching staff tries to make some adjustments on the bench and during the first intermission as that ball trickles into the Hungarian zone. Dumped out. Oh, misread there by Switzerland, picked up by Hungary. That's Vadaj with it. Vadaj along the near boards. Vadaj sent it in on net, intercepted. Dumped out softly, picked up by Hungary, sent back into the Swiss zone. Hungary going for some line changes there. That was dumped in by Conger Kiss. Switzerland now with it behind the net. Nobody there. Intercepted by Hungary. All alone in front. Looked like it hit a body. Switzerland a couple of defensive breakdowns here. Intercepted by Hungary through the neutral zone. Back into the Swiss zone. Flipping it ahead is number 13, Adrian Kutz. And then that's going to be smothered up as he was trying to softly toss it over to Zaboich Hashko. 7:09 remaining in the first period. Face off to the right of Lucien Weber. Swiss netminder, won by Hungary. Looking for a centering attempt, nobody there. Switzerland doing a good job clogging the passing lanes. Back up to the point. Oh, mishandle there by number 12, Huner Nismeli. All the way back behind the net. Switzerland on the forecheck now. Looks like it bounced off of a foot there onto the stick of a Hungarian player. And now Hungary in the zone, intercepted off of another foot. A lot of pinball going on here. Now it's picked up by Switzerland. Streaking down is Linus Friedley. Sent back in. Wide. Picked up by Hungary. Up along the near boards. They're going to be able to gain possession here. Picked up by number 23. That's Gall with it. Gall turns it over. Centering attempt shot. Oh, what a save! Right off the stick of Linus Friedley. Big early stop there by Laszlo. That one had some whistle on it. Switzerland able to keep it in the zone. Down low. Center attempt was off a foot. Now it did end up on net. From my vantage point down here in the scorer's box, it looked like it was about to carry him into the corner, but ended up going on net. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game here. It's going to be against Hungary, and it looks like it's on number 12, Huner Nismeli. Let's see what the call is. Holding. 2 minutes for holding. All right, so obviously a big chance here for Switzerland to gain some momentum, as it's mostly been all Hungary here in the first period. We'll see how they work this power play. Down low. Back along the far boards. Hungary a little aggressive there, but it paid off. Able to get it out of the zone. Good stick work there by Conrad Gall. Gall still giving chase. Got to be careful he doesn't get hemmed in down here. Switzerland picks it up. Taken by Goshen. Goshen goes back into his own zone. Deflected in. Hungary's going to be able to get to that, see if they can get it out of the zone. They can't. Switzerland, smart work there with 2 on the ball. Now it's picked up by Hungary. They're able to rifle it the length of the floor as they're going to get some fresh legs on. And it looks like Switzerland's going to get some fresh legs as well. 5 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Minute remaining on the man advantage. All right, Switzerland with it now in their own zone. Hungary, good read on the play there, intercepting it, gets it out of the zone. Hungary doing a good job there, reading the Swiss intent, trying to get stick work. There's another one, 3 in a row. Playing with their heads up, reading where these passes are going. And for you young players at home, that's what you want to do, right? Play with your heads up. Little things like that just basically effectively killed 20 seconds off the power play as they come in streaking and an easy wrist shot. Looks like it hit the netminder in the shoulder there. Went harmless into the corner. Rattled around to the near boards. 5 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Back to the point. Over to Viger. Long shot. Score from the point. Defenseman to defenseman. I believe that was number 2, Andy Kuss-Buehler. Don't think Laszlo ever saw it, but Switzerland ties it up right as the man advantage ended as well. If you're hungry, you got to be kicking yourself there. Did a great job on the power play. Only allowed 1 shot, but that's the shot that ended up getting through. Don't know if it was deflected, but no, they're going to give the goal straight through, number 2. All right, Switzerland takes it back behind the net. All the way up along towards center floor. Picked up by Stiek. Wrist shot right into the chest and then smothered. Smart play there. Had a good look at the net, trying to pick a corner. And we're going to get a face-off here to the right of Laszlo. Swiss player lost their stick up along the boards. Hungary misplayed it, kept in. Play by Arn. Long shot, waffled aside. A nice wrist shot by Arn. I think Laszlo didn't see that till the last second. Hungary, good stick work in front. Oh, turnaround shot wide. Trying to wrap it in. No, referee. Oh, now he signals goal. Well, Hungary might have an argument here. I thought I heard a whistle before that went in, but the referee signaled goal. I thought Laszlo had it pinned, but I'm in the scorer's box, so referee right down there explaining it now to Laszlo, able to see the whole play happen. And it looked like on the third or fourth whack, the Swiss player was able to get it behind the net. Referee's coming over to talk it here in front of me. So they're going to do a video review here. This will be our first video review of the tournament. The referee joins me here on the box. Certainly at a World Championship, we want to try and get everything as correct as possible. So I'm just keep a little quiet here because they're literally 2 feet in front of me while they're reviewing this. Good goal. Ball was in before the net came to slide, so Switzerland takes the 2-1 lead. And folks, if you want to get live scoring, just head over to stats.isbhf.com. Live scoring in effect for all our tournaments as Switzerland carries it into the Hungary zone. Hungary trying to rifle it up along the boards, can't. Intercepted by Switzerland, sent it down low, trying to walk it back towards the net. Good job by the Hungarian defenseman blocking that Swiss player off. That's number 12. It's Nelly. Taken now by number 10, Bennett Horvath. Horvath with it. Long shot, blocked. Then dumped in. Hungary giving chase. Switzerland there as well. Over to the partner. Up along the far boards, all the way out. Picked up by Switzerland. As we approach 2 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Sent in all the way down. Taken by Switzerland. Poke checked away by Hungary. Centering attempt. Gathered up by Hungary. Chance for 2-on-1 potential here, but Switzerland hustled back. Good footwork there on the part of Fredley to get back and prevent the 2-on-1. Good keep by Hungary. Up off the glass. Minute 30 remaining here. Hungary goes for the poke check. They managed to break that play up. Long shot goes off of the foot. Centering attempt. And that's just going to be gloved down as somebody's stick went about 20 feet in the air there. So as I was saying before, if you go on to stats.isbhf.com, you can get live scoring in effect. The Hungarian goal was scored by Andy Geismuller, assisted by Viger. And the Swiss goal, the first one was scored by, the first Hungarian goal was Botan Polani. The Swiss goal, the first one was Andy Geismuller, and the second one was Janis Goshen. Again, that website is stats.isbhf.com. Last minute of play here in the first period. Hungary trailing Switzerland 2-1. Well, mishandled there by Switzerland. Hungary trying to stick handle it back into the zone. They do. Trying to toe drag, work it in towards net. Broken up by Switzerland. Just really hard to stick handle through several players at these World Championships. You know, the talent differential is just not as wide as you see in your local league. So I think one of the coaching points for a lot of these coaches will be, guys, try to get the ball towards the net, as that one ends up getting on net. Good pad save there by Weber. But getting back to my point, you're just not going to see a lot of, you know, Connor McDavid type moves here. It's just too difficult at this level. 5 seconds remaining. Can Hungary get one more ball towards the net? Doesn't look like it. That's poke checked away, so that'll do it. And we go into the first break here. It'll be a 10-minute break between periods. Switzerland leading Hungary 2-1. Hungary opened the scoring. Botan Polani. And then Switzerland got the equalizer. Andy Geismuller, assisted by Viger. And then the last goal was Janis Goshen, both the Hungarian goal and the second fifth goal. No assists given yet. All right, we'll see you back here at 10. Switzerland 2, Hungary 1.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? My strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
All right, welcome back. Just about ready for the start of the second period here. We are at the 2025 World Junior Ball Hockey Championship here in beautiful Hradec Kralove in the Czech Republic, just about an hour and a half drive east of the beautiful city of Prague. As Hungary in red takes control, Switzerland in white. Switzerland leading 2-1. Sent up along the boards. Back behind the net, now up along the boards, intercepted by Hungary, then taken over by Switzerland. A little bit of pinball there. Switzerland trying to chip it in front. A little too hot to handle. Picked up by Rooser. Rooser with it, loses control. And that goes all the way out of zone. We're going to get a flooring call here. We are. About to come all the way back down to the Hungary zone. So in the first period for the netminders, Lucien Weber for Switzerland had 5 shots, 4 saves. And Jonathan Laszlo, 7 shots, 2 saves. That shot goes wide off the back glass. Still battling behind the net. Referee yelling to move it. Still battling behind the net. Sent all the way around towards the near boards. Over to the point. Huber has it. Huber, long wrist shot, blocked down. Can't quite get it out of the zone there. That's number 23, Gall for Hungary. Trickles all the way in on the Swiss netminder. Switzerland picks it up. They went for some fresh legs. Sent up along the boards. Intercepted by Hungary. Dangerous misread there on the part of number 99, Matteo Trollier. Shot! Pad save. Really good look at the net there on the turnaround by Boroznaki. Number 20 for Hungary. Switzerland's got to be careful. Those bank shots off the boards, the defense has got to make sure that the wingers are low enough to receive that. And if not, try and bank it off a little higher off the glass so that Hungary doesn't have a chance to intercept just like they did there. And the ball is sent back down behind the net. Look, mishandled by Switzerland, sent up out in front. Nobody there for Hungary to pick it up. Goes out of the zone. All the way back into their zone goes Miss Melly. Taken by Switzerland, dumped in by Lamacher. Behind the net. Hungary takes control. Centering attempt. Read well by Switzerland. Here's a look at the net. Shot! Pad save! Big one. Wow, that was a really good look at the net. Great save by Laszlo. Came hot off of the stick of Livio Lamacher. Dumped in down low. All the way back to the point. Picked up by Cortisbelli. Or pardon me, Courtbill Yessi. Hungary trying to walk it in, redirected, then intercepted by Switzerland. Picked up by Lamacher, number 42. Lamacher goes in behind the net. Falls down, he's being harassed there. Out in front, taken by Hungary. Oh, goes off of a foot. Right back onto the stick of Lamacher. Long shot, score! Laszlo ever saw it. Went off of a foot towards the blue line, right out of the stick of Lamacher, and then he just let loose a wrist shot from just inside the blue line. Laszlo seems a little upset with himself. Hard to tell from my vantage point if he saw the whole thing. But Hungary just needs to be a little bit cleaner. When they don't have possession like that. Yeah, I saw there's a little bit of a delay here on the audio in the stream, but I'm going to say that Laszlo didn't really see that with all the traffic in front. I'll get to the goal scorer and the assist here in just a second, as Hungary now has possession inside the Swiss zone. So Switzerland, after trailing 1-0, now leads 3-1. Centering attempt, centering again, shot, score! Just like that, it's 4-1. Defensive breakdown by Hungary, let two Swiss players in all alone. Absolutely nothing Laszlo could do. Well, Hungary's got to keep their heads up here. Can't get down on themselves. Things happen, and you just got to bounce back. And it's just a great play on the part of Switzerland at the end of the day, right? It's a 3-on-2, and they made two crisp passes, and before you know it, the ball's in the back of the net. Hungary now with possession. Poke check away. Long shot from the point. Goes high over the crossbar off the back glass. Kept in by Hungary. Tries to chip it out. Switzerland giving chase. Hungary right there. Over to the point to Huber. Shot goes off a knee. Redirected on net, still loose. Looked like it was in between some footing there. High backhand kept in by Huber. Centering attempt all alone, shot. Glove save, Laszlo, that was a big one. Shot. Another waffle save by Laszlo. Switzerland getting some fresh legs. Hungary dumps it out. Goes all the way in. Switzerland plays it as Hungary goes for some changes. 9:50 remaining in the second period. Switzerland trying to gain the zone. They do, but intercepted by Hungary. Good read on the play there on the part of Huner and Ismaili. High lob out, batted down. And then poke checked away. Here comes Hungary, potentially in a own shot save. Oh, that was a big one. He hasn't been tested in a while. And Lucien Weber stepping up. Well, let's remember that one if Switzerland goes on and win this game. That could have let Hungary right back into this one. Switzerland maintains the 3-goal lead as we get an offside here. I'll tell you, as a former goalie myself, those are some of the toughest plays. You just haven't faced a shot in a while. Next thing you know, there's someone streaking in all alone on you. Tried to go forehand, backhand, and Weber stood his ground. Didn't give much to look at. And Switzerland maintains the 3-goal lead. I thought this was an offside. I'm not sure why the face-off is at center zone. I must have missed the signal, so I apologize there. But nonetheless, back to the action here. 9 minutes remaining in the second period. Switzerland wheeling and dealing behind the net, trying to get a centering attempt. Goes all the way through the crease towards the far boards. Long dump in back towards the near corner. Picked up by the Swiss. Switzerland back behind the net. Center in, top shot, what a stop! Another one! What, did that go in? It went in, yes, the referee signaled goal. I thought he made the save from my vantage point down here in the scorer's box. Well, that first save was amazing, and I thought he had the second one, but Switzerland goes up 5-1. I'll get you the goal scores here in just a second. Well, Hungary's letting this one get away from them. They might have to call a timeout here, try and slow the momentum. I mean, the rebound, nothing Laszlo could do. There's nobody there on the Swiss player. He was all alone. Hungary trying to gain possession. They can't. Switzerland dumps it out. Players go hard into the boards. Battling down low. Oh, there's a body check. No call from the ref. Sent out in front. Nobody there. Picked up by the Swiss along the point. Sent it down low. Picked up by Conrad Gall. Huber has it for Switzerland at the point. Can't really make much happen there, and ultimately it goes out of the zone. Hungary with it now on net. Okay, so third goal was Livia Limacher, unassisted. Fourth goal, Janis Gruber, assisted by Rugsteger and Kutz. And then the fifth goal was Sylvan Arn, assisted by Limacher. Limacher with 2 points on the day. And Hungary gets one back, just like that. Right off the draw. Make it 5-2. Looked like it went top shelf. Weber went down into the butterfly and then looked over his shoulder. But I think Roland Toth is going to get that goal, number 7. And that one goes up out of play. So face off just outside the blue line here, 7:26 remaining. Ball sent into the Swiss zone. Up along the boards. Kept in by Hungary. Center in, touch redirect, score just like that. They're back in it. 5-3. Oh, what a pass. Tape to tape. Outstanding read. Trying to see the number here through the glass. I think that was Levante Stanazi. I apologize. You know, my last name is Bakanovic. You would think with a name like that I'd be able to pronounce Slavic names, but my apologies, folks. Stanazi. Levante Stanazi is the one who made the pass. So 7:13 remaining. 5-3 Switzerland. Well, Hungary now with the momentum. Turning out to be a barn burner here, as we say back in America. As Switzerland comes streaking down the wing, looking for a center attempt. Good read on the play there. Poke checked away and then crawled up by Hungary. Outlet pass. Tipped it in. Given chase. Hungary content to do the dump and chase and work their forecheck, which they had a lot of success on. And let's not forget, early in that first period, Switzerland really had some difficulty adjusting early on to that Hungary press forecheck. Center attempt, long shot from the point, deflected. Ooh, that just missed wide, not by much. Center attempt, a little too hot to handle. Ball is batted up in the air, then comes down right in front of you. Potential 2-on-1 for Switzerland here. Shot off the side of the net. Over to the far boards, picked up by Hungary. Back behind the net. Dumped all the way across the floor. Hungary unable to corral it, intercepted by Switzerland. Loose ball, nobody able really to corral it. Switzerland now able to gather it up in their zone. Turn around. Sent towards the near boards. Shot blocked. Another shot goes wide. Switzerland along the far board. Shot off the side of the net. And folks, I apologize not calling a lot of names here. It's just really difficult to see from my vantage point in the scorer's box the numbers for the players. Ball goes off of a foot, batted down at the point. Gathered up by Switzerland, broken up by Hungary. Good stick work there by number 15, Felix Vidal. Swiss player takes a tumble. Manages to work the ball loose. Hungary with it. Along the near boards. Good stick work there by Zonger Kiss. Shot deflected, kept it at the point. Sent it down low. Hungary intercepts. Center attempt, nobody there. Well, I mean, give a lot of credit to Hungary. They certainly didn't roll over and die when it was 5-1, right? Now it's 5-3. Anything can happen in these games. Outlet pass picked up by Switzerland. That's Gruber with it. Gruber, glove down. Good smart play there by Laszlo to just glove that down to his defenseman. Center attempt, good back check. Prevents the Swiss player from getting the shot off. That was number 11, Songor Kies. 3:30 remaining here. Referee screaming at them to move it. A lot of players behind their referee right on top of the action. Ball manages to squirt loose, picked up by Kies. He's immediately intercepted by a Swiss player. Comes out in front, shot, goes wide. Outlet pass. Unable to be corralled. Switzerland picks it up, trying to dump it in low. They can't. Good read on the play by Hungary, back behind the net. Over to Botan Kortveljesi. Boy, there's a name, huh? Kortveljesi. Hopefully for the Kortveljesi fans at home, I said that correctly. Intercepted. Switzerland potentially all alone. Broken up. Good job there by Konrad Gal, helping his partner out. Here's Hungary, coming in all alone is number 22. That's Laszlo Fadalin. Has it taken away. 2:30 remaining in the period. Shot, easily stick the side. Rebound, blocked on the center attempt there. Back behind the net. Center attempt, blocked. Hungary trying to win that battle, unable to, but doing a good job on the forecheck, forces Switzerland all the way back into the boards. Intercepted by Hungary now. Nowhere to go with it, though. Chipped out by Switzerland. Potential 2-on-1 developing here. Center attempt, shot, just wide. Oh, boy, that was a really good look at the net there for Andy Gischbuehler. Centering attempt, shot, wide. That was Gischbuehler who had just missed by a hair on that 2-on-1. Minute 20 remaining in the second period. Switzerland up 5-3. Centering attempt, long shot, whistles high over the crossbar, redirected, shot, blocked down, goes off of the foot. Gathered up by Hungary, mishandled along the boards there, now kept in the Hungarian zone. Minute remaining in the second period. Switzerland with it, try to get a center attempt. No passing lanes available, all the way back to the point. Long wrist shot, deflected. Towards the near boards, picked up by Switzerland. Behind the net, center attempt, the ball's loose, it's still there, referee blew it dead. Switzerland arguing that they got the whack in there, but that ball was clearly blown dead before it went in. So the last two Hungarian goals, Roland Georgi Toff, assisted by Gall, and then the third goal was Hradec Kralove, assisted by Zanasi. And again, you can get all your stats on stats.isbhf.com. Live scoring always in effect during our World Championship. So we got a flooring call here at 24 seconds remaining in the second period. Switzerland leading Hungary 5-3. Great game. Hungary jumped out to an early 1-0 lead. Swiss came back. It was 2-1 in the intermission, and then they put up 3 to make it 5-1, but Hungary did not roll over and play dead. They've gotten the last 2, so we have ourselves a hockey game. It's 5-3. Chipped out by Hungary. Potential numbers here. Switzerland able to keep it in. 15 seconds remaining. Hungary sends it up towards the far boards. They don't have numbers here. Long shot. Oh, deflected ball. Two shot score! Oh, misplayed by the Swiss netminder, Lucien Weber. Well, you can see he's really upset with himself. Just left the rebound wide open on the wing, and I believe that was number 20. Katosa Boranaki that got it. Well, that's a tough break. Well, if you're Lucien Weber, you just got to be kicking yourself. Just not the type of play you want to make with 7 seconds left in the period. It was just a harmless shot. And maybe he didn't know that there was a Hungarian player all alone, but he clearly waffled it right to him as opposed to just swallowing it up or redirecting it more towards the corner. And, you know, if you're Hungary going into the break here, you're absolutely going to build on that. That'll be a message from the coaching staff. Hey, goalie's rattled. Let's get some more shots on net. Right? Let's get some traffic in front. Anybody's game, 5-4. 10-minute break between intermissions. We will see you back here for the start of the third and final period. Switzerland 5, Hungary 4. All right, back here for the start of third period action. Switzerland in white, leading by 1 goal over a Hungarian team that has come back after being down 5-1. See if they can carry that momentum here into the third period. Switzerland going to look to try and regain that 2-goal lead early. Get some separation between themselves and Hungary as they fire it in. Chipped up along the boards by Hungary, picked up by Switzerland. Centering attempt, shot, blow, pad save, rebound, score! Just like that, Switzerland gets one. First player left all alone in front. Corralled the rebound by Laszlo, went down into the butterfly. I mean, hard to fault him on that. That's a tough wrist shot. There's only so many places you can steer it. And that's the defenseman that's got to pick up his man and make sure that they're not all alone in the slot. Just a little mental mistake like that. Switzerland goes right back up. So center attempt, rebound, and then one move to the forehand. Switzerland regains the 2-goal lead. 14:28 remaining in the third period. Heck of a game here between Hungary and Switzerland. Hungary on the forecheck, kept in at the point. Kept in down low, rattled around. Hungary along the boards, trying to walk it out in front. Poke checked away to the point. Long wrist shot, deflected, looked like it went off a knee. Good steal by Hungary. Players can't be standing around like that. They got to move. Number 20 for Switzerland, Borisnaki, had nowhere to go with it. Borisnaki with it now, trying to get a turnaround going. Poke checked away by Switzerland. Hungary unable to break that one up as Switzerland gains the zone. Sent in down low. Gathered up by Hungary. Got 2 Swiss players there. Sent back down into the Swiss zone. And it looks like Switzerland's going to get some fresh legs, as are a couple of Hungarian players here. So Hungary trying to get the steal. Borisnaki does it alone. Centering attempt off a foot. Defensive shot. Oh, just whistled wide. Defenseman went down to try and block it, and the Hungarian player is able to get a quick shot off as Switzerland walks it in. Shot. Pad save. Oh, that was a big one. Laszlo redeeming himself. And that one took a very weird bounce. Again, folks, I'm down at floor level here in the scorekeeper's box, trying to keep track of the action through some glass. It's just difficult to see numbers, and a lot of times those fluky bounces, it's hard to see what happened as opposed to when you're sitting up above the action. But I will continue to do my best, bring you the play-by-play here. Glad to have you with us in beautiful Hradec Kralove. Switzerland trying to walk it in, centering attempt blocked. Hungary trying to get a turnaround effort going here. Taking up through the neutral zone, looking to gain the Swiss zone. They are off sides. Now it's rifled all the way down low. All right, looks like Switzerland's going to get some fresh legs before players going off, 4 coming on. Hungary giving chase. Switzerland now with the fresh legs trying to just get set up as the last one goes off for a change. Hungary back on their forecheck. Switzerland nowhere to go with an outlet, so they're just forced to carry it to the neutral zone, and that's exactly what Hungary wants. Perfect execution of a good forecheck there, right through the neutral zone, get a stick in the lane, break up the play, right back into the Swiss zone. That ball is off of a body and then rolls to the Hungarian zone. Shot right into the mitt. And we have a stoppage of play here, 11-14. Good smart play there by Laszlo, just gloving that one down. Let his team get some fresh legs. And again, folks, you can get live scoring in effect for the 2025 Junior World Ball Hockey Championships here in beautiful Hradec Kralove on stats.isbhf.com. So that last Hungarian goal was, Switzerland goal, as they just score again with Jan Carter. And now Switzerland goes up 7-4. I just put my head down to read you the score. And just like that, Switzerland goes back up by 3. Apologies for that. Play-by-play announcer off to a rough start here in Hradec. But I will do my best to rebound. So a lot of chants from the Swiss crowd here. Hop Spitz, their number one chant. Back to the point. Switzerland with it. First shot blocked. Hungary potential for a 3-on-2 here. Carried into the zone, dropped off. Back down low. Trying to walk it in, does! Centering attempt, still loose! Had 2 whacks at it. Good job standing tall there, Lucien Weber. Centering attempt, trying to get a wrist shot off, can't. Oh, all alone shot! Blocked down in front, shot, score! Hungary gets number 5, 12th goal of the game. I believe the initial shot was blocked down by the Swiss defenseman, Adrian Kutz. But the ball came right back to the Hungarian shooter. I believe that was number 12, Nesmeli. Back to a 2-goal hockey game. It might have been number 23, Benedek Marius Gal. And yes, that's who the referee just signaled. So Gal gets number 5 for Hungary. They break up the play. And a potential 2-on-1 developing here. Switzerland got to hustle back. Walking in, oh, shot! Ball's loose! Netminder didn't know where it was. Sent up towards the point. Hungary picks it up. Down low. Ooh, that's going to be a call. Obvious call right in front of the referee. The Hungarian player taking an unnecessary penalty there. That's going to be on number 8, Konrad Gal. It'll be interesting to see if the referee calls that checking from behind, because that potentially could be a 5, I believe. Swiss player appeared to be okay, just went hard into the boards, but mental mistake there on the part of Hungary. Just can't take penalties like that when you're right in front of the ref. And I know I'm stating the obvious there, but you just got to be smart with your surroundings and awareness, right? Centering attempt. Switzerland picks it up. And a tripping call, so Switzerland's going to go on a 5-on-3 here. Oh, couple of very poor decisions on the part of the Hungarian player is going to cost their team here. It'll be a 5-on-3, 2-man advantage. So I think we're going to get cross-checking. Cross-checking and tripping. Okay, so it's not checking from behind. Okay. So Hungary called timeout. Smart move, obviously. It's 2-goal game, and you're about to go down 2 men for 2 minutes. While I am not a hockey coach, but having played the game for the better part of 3 decades, I concur that this is a fantastic time to call a timeout. And just make sure that your troops are in the right headset here, right? You're going to send out your 3 best penalty killers. Make sure that they have a lot of gas in the tank, because it's going to be tough for them to get a clear if Switzerland wins the draw. So they could be out there for a good minute, depending on how Switzerland plays it, assuming they win the draw. So 9:06 remaining. Big face-off. Won by Hungary. Can they get the clear? They can't. So back to the point. And Switzerland's going to get set up here. Probably try and get this one-timer. That's what it looks like they're doing. Just play a little pitch and catch. Centering attempt. One-timer. Went well wide. Here it comes again. Nope, passes a little too far. Shot scored! What a snipe! Short side, goalie was screened. Nothing Laszlo could do on that. That was just an outstanding snipe on the part of the Swiss player. I believe that was number 7, Loris Stemley. I had a really good look at it. Laszlo was screened. His defenseman went down to block the shot. And the Swiss player just put it right between the goalie's right shoulder and the pipe. It's just one of those shots. There's nothing you can do about it. Not from that distance. So Switzerland goes back up 3. They're still on a man advantage here. It's a 5-on-4. Broken up by Hungary. Chip forward. Broken up by Switzerland. Now broken up by Hungary. Good hustle on the part of Kadosa Borisnaki, number 20. Called his name quite a bit today. Switzerland now in the Hungarian zone. Centering attempt all the way across floor over to Carver. Carver back to the point. Takes it back, down low. Back to the point. Takes the shot. One-timer fanned on. Over to the far boards. Behind the net. Not sure what Switzerland's trying to do here. I just don't see them trying to get set up for a one-timer. Now we got a potential 2-on-1 developing here. Switzerland got to hustle back. Over to Borisnaki. Couldn't quite get it. Chipped out by Switzerland, and then Hungary was able to prevent that. Pardon me, chipped in by Switzerland, but Hungary was able to prevent them from getting the ball in before the body. So that'll be a offsides ball. Face-off to come just outside the blue line into the neutral zone. With 7:14 remaining here in the final period, 8-5, Switzerland over Hungary. So the last Swiss goal was Stemley. Loris Stemley, assisted by Geistbühler and Limaka. Ball bounces right off the glass in front of me, goes all the way down, and that'll do it on the penalty. So all even strength here. Centering attempt batted down by the Hungarian player, trying to chip it out. That should be a high stick, and the referees caught that, so that'll come back on the other side of the blue line. Good call by both referees, saw that immediately. Switzerland in their own zone, trying to get it through the neutral. It was off of a Hungarian player's leg. That was Leventi Sanazi. Rattled up along the far boards. Hungary with possession now. Got to try and start getting some balls from the net. There's just not a lot of time left, approaching the 6-minute remaining mark here. Sent in back down low. Hungarian forward giving chase. Trying to wheel and deal. Can't. Chipped back in by the defenseman. Hungary trying to walk it in and oh, they do! Shot! I believe it was blocked by the Swiss defender. Might have been Liemacher that blocked it. All alone shot. Save. Score! Hungary gets right back into it. Back to a 2-goal deficit. Switzerland just looked all out of sorts on that entire sequence. Had a couple opportunities to get the ball out of the zone. They couldn't. And hey, credit to Hungary. Just kept working it, just kept pinching it. Finally, Switzerland got tired. They were able to corral it up, get the ball to the net, and that's why your coaches tell you, right? When all else fails, get it to the net, good things happen. So if you're Switzerland, 5:45 remaining here, well, you just don't like the way that feels, right? You know it's a 2-goal lead, but every time I do a broadcast, what do I always tell you kids at home? The worst lead in sports, right? 2-goal lead in hockey. How will they react? And credit to Hungary. At no point have they kept their heads down, looked like they've given up the body length. None of that. They have just been enthusiastic. They've been running with purpose and doing what they can to stay in the game. You know, in Hungary, one of the newer programs to the sport of ball hockey as compared to Switzerland, who's one of the original 5. So credit to Hungary here for hanging around with, I'm sure on paper, is probably a more experienced Swiss team. I don't want to say more talented. I certainly don't know these players, but I would have to think at an experience level, Switzerland probably has the advantage as the referee's yelling at them to move it. Finally, somebody from Switzerland comes up with it. Borisnaki was given chase, unable to get it. They gained the zone, but just off sides. Swiss player is unhappy about it. 4 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. And just getting back to the body language of Hungary, for a team that's relatively new to these World Championships, they have shown the type of medal that you want to see when you're a young and experienced team, which is don't quit, keep running, get balls to the net. Good things happen. Long shot, smothered by the Hungarian netminder with 4:30 remaining. No danger there. He saw that the whole way. Chipped in on net. Unable to be redirected was the Hungarian player who was streaking there. That was Benedek Matthias Dahl. Hungary still has possession, approaching the 4-minute remaining mark here. Getting a cycle going. Trying to get the ball on net. Poke checked away. Picked up by Hungary on net. And then smothered by Lucien Weber. So credit to Hungary. That's what you want to do. All right, just get the ball to the net. You never know what can happen. So that last goal for Hungary was scored by Leventi Sanazi, assisted by Corrali. And again, you can get live scoring in effect on stats.isbhf.com. Shot redirected. Easily patted aside by Weber. Hungary with it. Long shot. Redirected shot. Pad save. It's a nice one there by Weber. Hard to tell from my vantage point if you saw that the whole way, but good positional goaltending nonetheless as we have 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here. Hungary with sustained pressure in the Swiss zone. Now as I say that, Switzerland manages to get it out of the zone. And let's see what they try and do here. Center into the oh, what a stop! Right off the waffle of Laszlo. Golden opportunity for Switzerland there, stymied by Laszlo as Hungary takes the zone. Path to the net here. Switzerland's got to be careful. Well, tried the toe drag, and probably upon second thinking that, he might have wanted to shoot it. As you heard me mention before, it's just really hard to stick handle around and through people at this level with the talent differential being so minimal. But again, young team, right? Lesson learned. These are kids. This is the U16 division. I'm sure the coaching staff will take a look at the digital media file and say, hey, next time you have an opportunity like that, take the shot, right? Then run in for the rebound. In terms of the netminders, speaking of, so we will take a look at the save. So Jonathan Laszlo for Hungary has faced 23 shots. And for Switzerland, Lucien Weber faced 13 shots. And my apologies, I didn't even notice that they made a goaltending change. So in net is Saren Andermatt for the third period, who has made, faced 8 total shots. I can't see the netminder's number from here, so my apologies. But yes, they did make a goaltending change. So Saren Andermatt is in net. Lucien Weber played the first 2. So if you are a member of Saren Andermatt's friends or family, I deeply apologize to you. Again, it's just very difficult to see the numbers through the glass here in the scorer's box, but I promise you I will get better as the tournament goes on, as we always do here at the ISBHF. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. As Switzerland gets a nice turnover here. Shot on net, pad save, rebounds. Sticked aside by the Hungarian defenseman. Laszlo coming up big again. Chipped out. Hungary into the zone. Oh, player goes hard into the boards. No call. Sent up along the boards. Switzerland trying to stick handle around. Got nowhere to go. Hungary is unable to deflect. Nope, ref says he did deflect it. So no flooring on the play. Minute 50 remaining in the period. We'll keep an eye on Laszlo, see if they decide to pull him. Well, Hungary's got to get a forecheck going here because Switzerland will be content to just stay in that zone for the remainder of the game. Minute 30 remaining. And that's going to be a flooring call. Yes. Referee signaling that Switzerland will not be allowed to make any changes. Minute 32 remaining. Switzerland clinging, and I mean clinging, to a 2-goal lead over a very feisty Hungary squad that has clearly shown up to compete and to play hard here. So the net is empty. Go ahead and state the obvious again. This is a big face-off. Won by Hungary, and they misplay it. Switzerland's able to get the clear. So Hungary is going to have to resettle this and get it back up into the neutral zone as quick as they can. Sent all the way down. Switzerland picks it up. Hungary's got to get a couple players on the ball here. Minute 10 remaining. Back to the point. Will they try and get it on net? They do have some traffic here, but don't have a shooting lane. Need to be careful with the Swiss poke check. You don't want to have that ball go out of the zone. It's going to be a lot of running for the forwards. Down low, shot! Pad save, rebound! Oh, it was poked away! Outstanding opportunity there for Leventi Zanazi as that ball goes all the way down. Boy, Zanazi has his head down right now. I think he feels like he could have had one there, but there's nothing you can do. The Swiss player just made a great play, poke checking that away. But he certainly had a good half of the net. Yeah, he's definitely frustrated, but so when he looks at the digital media file, he'll see that he made the right play. There's nothing he can do. Sometimes defensive players make great defensive plays. What can you do? 45 seconds remaining. Ball is sent. Shot. Pad save. Into the corner. Looked like that ball was going to get lobbed out, but somehow it ended up in front of the net. 35 seconds remaining here. 30 seconds remaining. Hungarian team running out of time. That one's lobbed back out. It'll be a flooring call with 26 seconds remaining. Won by Hungary. Over towards the near boards and then chipped out by Switzerland. And we're going to get a penalty? Yes, we are. Interference on number 24 for Hungary. So Switzerland obviously just content to kill the clock here. That'll wrap this one up. Heck of a game. You know, got to tip your cap to Hungary. Certainly, again, I've said it many times, certainly didn't put their heads down. At no point did they say, oh, well, this one's over, let's just wrap it up and go home. They hung around, but came up a little short. Just ultimately to what I think was a more experienced Swiss team. But credit to Hungary, they're going to be a tough out in this tournament. They play like that. They keep running, keep getting balls to the net. It's going to be a tough out. I will stick around with you through the player of the game ceremonies, as is my personal tradition. And looking at the rosters here, I do always like to try and make a prediction as to who they'll give it to. So if I'm Switzerland, Olivia Lamacher, right, had 3 points on the day. Geisbuehler had 3 points. And then the other one, probably Stemley. I would say one of those three. For Hungary, well, I would say Laszlo, right? I mean, played really well. Certainly wasn't his fault that they took the L. Boris Naki, called his name a lot. And Gall, I'd say one of those three, as ISBHF President Ilio Pascuzzo, a.k.a. Il Presidente, is here to give the Player of the Game awards.
The prizes will be presented by Mr. Ilio Pascuzzo, President of ISBHF.
Little inside joke with President Pascuzzo is of Italian heritage, thus the name Il Presidente.
Best player of Team Hungary is player number 23, Hradec Kralove.
Yep. So I was correct with Hungary. It's Gall. Played a heck of a game. Did an outstanding job.
Best player of Team Switzerland is player number 98, Janis Gruber.
Okay, well, I was wrong. They gave it to number 98, Janis Gruber for Switzerland. Hey, credit to him. Everybody on Switzerland play hard. Okay, that'll do it for me. Appreciate you joining in, folks. Final 6. We will see you back here very shortly for the 3:45 games. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Switzerland. Dámy a pánové, prosím postaňte, zazní hymna Švýcarska.